Okay, so today we have the B-52's and Private Idaho. I have heard a couple B-52 songs before, and suddenly I was getting a couple requests. Yeah, just a couple. And one of them was Private Idaho. The other one was Strobe Light, and I chose Private Idaho. I have heard, the phrase Private Idaho before, your own Private Idaho, that kind of a thing, but I don't think I've heard this song. So anyway, let's get into this, talk about it after, and just go.
You're living in your own private Idaho, living in your own private Idaho.
Underground like a wild potato.
Don't go on the patio.
Beware of the blue bottomless pool.
It leads you straight right through the gate that opens on the
You're living in your own private Idaho. You're living in your own private Idaho.
Give up the path, around the gate. Watch out for signs that say hidden driveways. Don't let the glory in your eyes blind you to the up of the prize. And I'll wait for you at the bottom of the bottomless blue, blue, blue pool.
It's the fun.
You're living in your own private Idaho, Idaho.
You're out of control. The rivers that roll. You fell into the water and down to Idaho.
Get out of that state, get out of the state you're in. You better beware.
You're living in your own private Idaho. You're living in your own private Idaho.
Give up the patio,
Private Idaho.
give up the path.
Private Idaho.
The road may be green, but you better not be seen. Walking through a gate that leads you down to a pool fraught with danger. It's a pool full of strangers.
I love the drumming as well.
Hey, you're living in your own private Idaho. Where do I go from here to a better state than this?
Well, don't be blind to the big surprise. Swimming round and round like a deadly hand on a radium clock. At the bottom of the pool. Get out of that state! Get out of that state! You're living in your own private Idaho. Living in your own private Idaho.
All right, so Private Idaho by the B-52's. So like I said there during the song, it just seems like a B-52 song is always just going to be kind of a fun listen, even though I've only heard like maybe 2 or 3 songs by them. Rock Lobster and Planet Claire, I think I've heard. I know I've heard Rock Lobster. I mean, that's a very well-known song. But yeah, and it's just like, it really just comes down to the vocalists. And I like how, Fred Schneider and Kate Pearson I see here. I just like how they play with each other, I guess, on vocals, especially. Well, yeah, basically on vocals. And I do know that also Cindy Wilson is in the chorus of the song as well. But I just love the harmonies, and had to swallow some spit there. But anyway, and yeah, just with Fred Schneider, especially his unpredictable kind of outrageous, especially also with Kate, I guess you could say the same thing. Just unpredictable, outrageous vocal delivery, and just with how Kate began the song with the, I guess, the hoo 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 hoo, that kind of thing, which I feel like I've heard that somewhere, but I've never heard the song. I don't know if that was in a movie or something before. Maybe it was, but anyway, and yeah, it just caught me off guard right at the top. But I guess I should have expected something like that. And then how I guess the drum or the percussion anyway, how it kind of it was almost like Rock Lobster, I guess, which reminded me of it. Was with how they kind of it was kind of the banging to get into it, and it's just like at the start, which kind of reminded me of Rock Lobster, how that song started as well with the drums, kind of with the, I don't know, just like a simple drumming pattern to start off the song. And anyway, and then Fred Schneider comes in, and just talking about you're living in your own private Idaho, and obviously. Your own private Idaho is like I guess it would be a state of mind. I guess you could also say it's just like you're in your own head, I guess you would also say. And I do know that, like, I thought as your own private Idaho, I thought it was just about not really caring about the bad things in life, whatever, kind of more thinking about the good things, your own private Idaho. But also in this song, what I take away is like you're living in your own private Idaho, and then it gets a little bit darker in some of the lyrics, obviously, and also Fred's voice kind of changes at some points to make it even more make it more dark. And when he just when he talks about underground, well, when actually Kate says underground like a wild potato, and obviously a lot of potatoes grow in Idaho, so I guess there is a connection there between the two. Don't go on the patio, beware of the pool, blue bottomless pool, it leads you straight right through the gate that opens on the pool. And just reading some things here from the song on genius.com. I guess just get into the about actually to start off, but I'll just say for the first verse, I guess when you're I guess what they're trying to say is like when you're in your own head for so long, I guess you can probably have like irrational fears, and then you get scared of your own patio. Beware of the pool. The blue bottomless pool, and I guess obviously you can drown in a pool, so there's always that kind of a factor. There's always that fear, I guess. But for many people who have pools, it's not really a daily thought, I guess, that like you're gonna drown. It's just like a lot of people know how to swim, and you've swam in the pool a lot before, and everything was fine. So it's just like so it's just like you're in your own private Idaho, which isn't always a good thing, I guess. But anyway, from the about here, which always I like to read the about from Genius just to kind of start off. But it says, according to the band, the song is not about the state of Idaho, the state, but this is worded weird, but is about a private Idaho as a metaphor for a state of mind, a pun very much intended by the lyrics. Now, I guess the band would have created this. I didn't know where the phrase came from, but I'm learning things right now. Yeah, private Idaho. I didn't know that the B-52's kind of created that. Anyway, okay. At the time of writing, the B-52's had never been to Idaho, and they would not go there until September 13th, 2011. So 1980, so what, 31 years later? Good Lord. Apparently during an interview in Idaho, Fred Schneider explained the song's intent. So I really like how, Idaho, the state, whatever, the people there were just like, what's the song about? What are they saying? I guess Idaho, especially at the time, their population wasn't huge, and they probably didn't have much else to think about, maybe. Anyway, it says, he says, Idaho is pretty mysterious to all of us. I know it's a beautiful state, but then I know there's also a lot of crazy right-wingers and all that stuff. The song's about all different things. It's not a parody of Idaho or anything. So I like how he talks about, there's a lot of crazy right-wingers there. I like that. As the song goes on into detail, the state of mind leads one to avoid all kinds of pleasure out of baseless fear, and even to shirk human contact out of baseless suspicions. And that's pretty much what I was kind of saying. You get in your own head and you have these irrational fears about your own pool, your own, patio, your own whatever, your lawn, whatever it is. And then it says, in the latter sense, it's fitting the band chose Idaho as their central metaphor, since the state had a population of less than 1 million in 1980. Unless living in one of the cities, one could easily live far removed from other people and thus live in one's own private Idaho. Excuse me, but yeah, one's own private Idaho again. just talking about being in your own space, basically being away from everybody else. And sometimes that's that's not always the best thing, especially if if you have, like, I would say, if you have like things like depression, anxiety, whatever it is, and then you get these kind of fears. You have to be around people, I guess, to remind yourself that you're not going insane or whatever, just to get that feel of, like, I guess, again, like it said, you lose kind of your social skills and all this stuff. It's just like you got to be around some people, not always be in your own private Idaho. You gotta get to know some people again and talk to people and not just yourself, because that's not always the best thing. Anyway, and then we go on here. I like the chorus. I have to say, the chorus with again, Kate, Cindy, and Fred. You're living in your own private Idaho. Keep off the patio, your own private Idaho. Keep off the path. So yeah, again, this is where it kind of gets dark again. The lawn may be green, but you better not be seen walking through a gate that leads you down to a pool fraught with danger. It's a pool full of strangers. So it's just like, again, how there's an annotation here actually from Genius about this part, but as it says here, just detailing how the paranoid mind works. These lines offer a glimpse into the sadness and letting fear control one's life. And just talking about how, a pool's full of strangers. It's just like you're scared to go into a pool full of strangers. It's full of strangers. It's fraught with danger. It's just like, you're living in your own private Idaho, and you start to have these irrational fears, like I've said. And then again, we have the ending here, basically with the outro: get out of the state, get out of the state. You're living in your own private Idaho, living in your own private Idaho. And I just like the delivery at the end there by Fred. Again, it's just unpredictable. I don't know, just those little vocal deliveries that he does. Same with Kate. And anyway, when they said get out of the state, I guess that could also be seen as like, if somebody, when this came out in 1980, and somebody from Idaho was listening to it, or somebody who lives in Idaho was listening to it, it's just like, are they saying get out of the state of Idaho, leave my state, whatever, all this stuff. So I guess I can see, like, if somebody was like turned off by the song or something, which I guess I've kind of gotten here, which from some quotes and such about, like, what's the song about, because I guess, Idaho, again, you might want to know what's going on, especially, in 1980, when I get, the internet wasn't out there and all that stuff. But anyway, again, it's just about the, being in the state of, I guess, paranoia, being in the state of your own private Idaho. And again, when they were talking about, well, I guess they were talking about, but I know this song, the title of the song was inspired for the movie, My Own Private Idaho, which had River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves in it, which is a great film. And I just like how they kind of took inspiration from this song to do that. And again, I didn't know that Private Idaho was taken from this. Obviously, I think a lot of people have heard the sentence or the phrase or whatever, but I didn't know that it started with the B-52's, apparently, which it's basically said here on Genius and on Songfacts as well. But again, it's not a parody of the state, as Fred has tried to say. And I just really like, I mean, yeah, it's just a fun listen, even though, again, they're kind of talking about, irrational fears, kind of talking about all this kind of paranoia stuff, but they're having fun with it. And it's just like, it makes me think back to, the other couple songs I've listened to by them, and the vocals are always just so, outrageous, I guess you could say. I mean, even like Rock Lobster, obviously, where, I think it's, maybe Cindy was doing it too, but Kate, they're like screaming, and it's just very, it's just outrageous. And I think Kate was in another song with REM, Shiny Happy People, which I just really love her voice on her own. And but her and Fred, I mean, yeah, going back and forth, especially, I like that very much as well. And I do have to say, I just, on the personnel, because I don't really talk about the personnel, I guess, of the band, but I do know that Ricky Wilson, who was guitarist for the band, died of AIDS at the age of 32, and he did play guitars on the song, which, that obviously, that, well, that sucks. That's kind of an understatement. And I do know, obviously, again, Cindy Wilson, I don't know if there was, if they were related or not. I would say, yeah, she is the younger sister of late guitarist Ricky Wilson. So yeah, they were related. So obviously, I can imagine that probably tore Cindy apart, going on with her brother gone now. But anyway, yeah, so that's obviously sad. But I really like the guitar work, the keyboards as well. Obviously, were very efficient. I think during the chorus, I think they were there, or maybe before the chorus. I can't remember right now again. But I just loved, the incorporation of the keyboards, and especially the synth bass, which Kate was on as well. And and then like I said with the drums, Keith Strickland on drums, and just like they were very kind of low key. It's just like I don't know, the whole song just worked, and that's just what I've come to know with the few songs I listened to by the B-52's. And anyway, I guess that's all I got to really say. This video is already over 15 minutes. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. Really appreciate all of the support. And I will talk to you guys, losing my voice again soon.